What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Rewatch Ryan YouTube channel. My name is Ryan Snelling. Excited to be here for yet another horror watch-along. Today, I'm going to be watching Invasion of the Body Snatchers for the very first time ever in my life. And I'm really excited. So far, doing these horror watch-alongs, I'm responding to great story and great narrative. Not so much like the slashers and the stuff that's not really super involved. I am so excited for this one. I know that it was remade with Daniel Craig and Nicole Kidman about 15 years ago. I didn't catch that one. And kind of like Carrie, I don't know what the relationship is to the remake. Not a lot of people talk about it. In fact, I feel like the Invasion just kind of came and went. So I'm going to assume that it's not held in really any regard, unfortunately. Shout out to everybody who was a part of it. But the Invasion of the Body Snatchers was one that definitely caught my interest when I was looking at movies I should talk about on my. It just seems like a really cool premise, and I'm down for it. So anyway, I'm excited to be here. I'm doing as many horror watch-alongs as possible. When I sat down to record Psycho, my ignorant brain, my wide-eyed brain thought that I could do one a day in the month of October. And my goal, my finish line right now is at least to get to Misery. 1990s Misery. And I'm still in the 70s right now. I want to get to Misery. I've never seen it, but for right now, we'll talk about Invasion of the Body Snatchers. But anyway, if you want to see all the horror watch-alongs that I'm about to do as well, make sure you subscribe to this channel. You can also look at the list of previous movies and future movies on my Letterboxd. Just go to letterboxd.com/rewatchryan and find the horror watch-along list. And you can keep track of everything I'm doing. So with that said, I don't know a whole lot about this. I really don't. I know that it's about some alien thing that comes to, I guess, America, or the world, I should say, and starts taking over people's bodies. I mean, it's kind of in the title. I also know that it's based on a book and that it was remade, but that's kind of it. I'm just really excited to see a great story and a great premise, and that's kind of it. So with that said, join me, won't you, and watch Invasion of the Body Snatchers for the very first time. Let's do it. We are off planet right away, and I'm already surprised. Looks like some cellular shit is going on. So it looks to be like some sort of like pathogen in space. Another thing I should have mentioned at the top, John Carpenter's The Thing is one of my favorite horror movies, like even before this entire project. And this gives me The Thing vibes, you know, with an origin from space, and I'm not under the impression that this has the body horror that The Thing does, but it might. I'm kind of just getting like a suspense thriller sci-fi kind of vibe. So I'm kind of wondering where the horror comes from. I'm excited to see it. You know, I've never once thought about a pathogen or something coming from space and just affecting us. You know, it always has to come in on some sort of carrier, a vehicle. A being has to bring it, but I've never just thought about, could a pathogen just show up? So far, the imagery of all this stuff looks really good.
That's a pretty one.
Is that a priest? Is that Robert Duvall? Did I just completely miss that he's in this movie? Everywhere you look.
All right, out of way.
It's planned. I think it's a Grex.
A what?
Grex. That's when two different species cross-pollinate and produce a third completely unique one.
I don't know a lot about Donald
What
Sutherland.
is that supposed to be?
I mean, I saw ordinary people in high school.
In English, what would I be eating?
The Hunger
if I
Games,
ate-
obviously, but yeah, I haven't really seen him in a whole lot.
Red wine.
What is that?
A caper.
No,
Do you presume to tell us what is in the stock?
it's a rat turd.
Do you presume to tell us
It's a
what's in
caper?
this stock?
You're charging way too much to be serving crap like that in here.
That kind of stuff always, like, annoys me, because it forces me to ask the question, like, hey, why do you want to be able to serve or get away with that kind of stuff? I've never understood people like that. I work in an area that gets audited by the health department, so, like, I have to deal with it, but, like, if they find out that you're serving bad things, like, why would I want to destroy their car?
Okay. I'll be in at 7:30. I'll run a salmonella test for you.
Thank you.
Bye.
That phone. I don't think I've ever seen a phone like that. Ever. Is that the plant right by his bed? Oh, his body's been snatched. Her body's about to be snatched too.
Jeffrey, my God. How long have you been up? Jeffrey? Jeffrey?
What's happening?
I'll talk to you later, okay?
Okay.
What can I do?
Nothing. Don't worry. Go on.
Oh, he's into her.
Please. Come on. I just
This is
want
gonna
to
go
be
downhill
honest.
fast. I feel like he's about to do something. Every time I see him do this, I feel like he's about to like walk into traffic or just kill himself.
I mean, on the outside, Jeffrey is still Jeffrey, but on the inside, I can tell that there is something different.
I was gonna say, how deep are you going with this? Like,
Really?
is he
You
just
know
different, or
anything
you can
else?
tell that he's been snatched? Like, we've also had 2 brief interactions, but oh, he's cooking with a wok. That's cool. I've always wanted to do that. She looks like a Rachel Ziegler.
You're not crazy.
Like, a lot like her, actually. Like, she could be Snow White right here.
My wife, sick.
What's wrong with her?
She wrong.
She's not right?
That not my wife.
And she's,
No, different. That not my wife.
God, that's weird. Okay, so it seems to be more than just a mood now. It seems to be a complete absence of like personality. But that's not how I felt with the guy. How much time is passing between all these scenes?
It really was weird.
Oh my god, that is
Jeffrey was
weird.
meeting all sorts of strange people. I didn't know any of them.
well, maybe they were patients of Jeffrey's.
Oh, no,
Yeah, in
no,
that back
Matthew, I know
lawn
they
or whatever.
weren't.
God, that's so weird.
Matthew, I've lived in this city all my life. But somehow today I felt everything had changed. People were different. Not just Jeffrey.
You know
but
what?
every-
I changed my mind. This would be easy to figure out. Because every single day of my life, I pick up on somebody acting different or feeling different. But then again, half the time they don't even let me in on it because it's something that they're handling personally. I just wonder how long it would take before you actually, like, broke the ground of it. This is just more than a mood. It's a...
Lock the door! Lock the door!
They're coming! They're coming! Help! Help! Listen to me!
No, he's
Listen!
smashed out of his
Help
skull.
me! You're next, please! Come! You're next! They're coming!
Oh my god, that
They're
scream.
Must have done something.
I love that I can't see well through his windshield. That's actually a really great idea.
Matthew, thank God you're finally here. These people are driving me nuts. We can have dinner later.
Goldblum.
No, I can't. Do you know where there's the telephone?
Don't still feel right. I wasn't even talking to you, was I?
You know, I don't think I've seen Leonard Nimoy in anything other than Star Trek.
Isn't it more likely that you want to believe that he's changed because you're really looking for an excuse to get out?
What is this place? A bathhouse?
No fingerprints.
I was gonna say, maybe I missed something, but I mean, they literally immediately started thinking that it was something else entirely instead of something that had happened to
How tall are you, Jack?
a human. So what stage is this? What stage of getting your body snatched is this? I've never seen mental health being taken more serious than this. Like, it's almost like everybody comes to the conclusion that it's a mental health issue before it's a physical health. And this was, what, 50 years ago?
Elizabeth!
Like I said, that's gotta be the replica, right?
Police, I would like to report a body.
This mother effer.
Where?
There.
It's Elizabeth's double. Where, Matthew? That's leaves in a pot.
It was there, David. I swear to God it was there. Officer, there was a body in there. It was a duplicate of Elizabeth Driscoll, and it's been taken away.
Elizabeth Driscoll is the missing woman.
No, she's not missing.
Where
What
is she?
She's okay. She's at Matthew.
Don't tell him where she is.
Oh my god, what a dummy. I was gonna say, Donald Sutherland's about to shoot himself in the foot with all this. So if this is spread large enough, wouldn't the cops know that people are being weird?
Do you believe that her body looked like her?
You think we've all gone crazy? You are trying to make us believe that we are seeing things. Why are you trying to do that?
All I'm trying to do is help. You called me in the middle of the night. You asked me to come here and help. That's all I'm trying to do.
Well, I'm sorry. If we woke you up in the middle of the night, that's, if we inconvenience you, you know, I guess we owe you an apology. I guess that's a rotten thing to do.
Is this just a case of paranoia, Mr. Bennell?
No.
We're synchronized on all that.
Have you actually seen any?
God, that's so weird. How do you fight something like this? God, that's so weird. Oh. What is that? Oh, so these things are like 3D printers. Oh, it's like moving. Ah. Open your eyes, you crazy. Is it all of them? Yeah, it sure is.
Hello, police. Officer, I would like to report 4 bodies in my backyard.
You all right?
Wait right there, Mr. Bennell.
How do you know my name?
Oh, God.
Hang up, Matthew.
You're all a part of it. We're being cornered.
Keep them here and I'll come back with help.
Jack,
No, Jack! Jack!
Look at them.
They look like big peppers.
Matthew will never be able to stop them.
yes, we will.
How?
Jack, my God.
Would have been a lot easier if we'd just gone to sleep last night.
Oh, God.
David, no.
My God, no! No!
Don't let them touch her. Please. What are you going to do? Please listen to me. What are you...
Man, I expected more of a fight. I mean, good lord.
I love you, Matthew.
Yeah, it's a little late for that.
You're evolving into a new life form. Come and watch. We came here from a dying world. We drift through the universe from planet to planet, pushed on by the solar winds. We adapt, and we survive.
If you have other business, stay clear of the yellow.
Oh, God!
Ships. We can get away.
What does it mean to get away? Like, is this not happening anywhere else in the world, or? Yeah, there it goes. Import, export.
Elizabeth.
Oh my God, is she freaking gone?
Elizabeth, no. No.
Whoa. Oh God. Oh God, oh God.
There's nothing to be afraid of.
There's no way out, man. You just gotta give up. What?
He must be around here somewhere. He went over here, I think. We'll get him. We'll get him. Can't stay awake forever.
All those meeting incoming school buses from Humboldt and Jackson counties. Please report to the Civic Auditorium.
Matthew.
Alright guys, before I give you my reaction to Invasion of the Body Snatchers, please find the QR code right there. You can get a 30-day free trial of Audible on me. It is hands down the best way to support everything I'm doing here on the channel, including horror watch-alongs like this. You can also go to the link in the description down below. Go to audibletrial.com/rewatch. Not rewatch Ryan. Go to audibletrial.com/rewatch, and you can get a 30-day free trial of Audible on me. And I would greatly appreciate it. So, with that said, guys, Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Of all the things that I'm thinking about right now, the one thing that's on my mind at the forefront is the fact that I didn't think this was like a very entertaining reaction video or an entertaining watch-along video for that matter. And I just think it comes down to the fact that I think I was just kind of bored at times. I'm not going to lie. I mean, on paper, I like the overall premise a lot. There's stuff in this movie I definitely like. I don't really dislike anything. I was just kind of bored. It was really easy for me to kind of pick up my phone and just have it on in the background, and I think part of that is just the fact that, like, it's pretty straightforward story, and at the end of the day, I didn't really feel that compelled to continue it all the time. I was kind of just, like I said, it was more of a movie that was just kind of on for me, and I didn't really feel like I had a whole lot to interact with, I guess, which is totally fine. I've said this before, it's not the movie's fault. No movie is made with the intention of people being able to react to it on the internet. I mean, that's not what it's for. But at the same time, at the end of the day, I do think it documents and it just shows really how invested I was. And again, on paper, I appreciated it. I thought it was a cool premise. It's a cool hybrid of things. It's a cool sci-fi. It's cool paranoid thriller. There's kind of like some zombie-esque stuff going on, pandemic stuff going on. And I liked all of it. And I liked seeing Leonard Nimoy, Jeff Goldblum, Donald Sutherland. The actress's name, I'd never seen her before. It's escaping me. I believe it was like Kate Moore or something like that. She also reminded me of a Rachel Ziegler, which was crazy. I thought some of the direction looked really cool, and I really appreciated the visual effects. I thought even starting from the get-go, the pathogen coming in from space and the sort of like wispy, like feathery strands that would attach themselves to people. I thought all of that worked. And I love the paranoid aspect to it too. I mean, the idea that it was sort of like very much boots on the ground. Like, they have to be careful where they walk, where they run, what buildings they go into. And I appreciated all of that. I just don't think the movie necessarily heightened everything for me to, I don't know, sort of maximize my investment. So, you know, I only, you know, cared about the character so much. And I really appreciate it for what it is. But at the end of the day, it wasn't my favorite thing, and it also wasn't terrible by any means. And I don't know. The other thing, too, is that it's a little bit longer, and I feel like we could have done everything I wanted to do in a shorter amount of time. By the way, I love the ending, by the way. I mean, despite how goofy it looks when Donald Sutherland points and opens his mouth, I really did like the ending, and I thought it was pretty slick. So, I don't have a whole lot more to say about it. Yeah, I think my reaction says it all. Another thing that I don't think really helped the movie is that, like, I always knew that there was no way to win this, which is kind of sad because I've seen so many like zombie stories and zombie shows and movies, and I always feel like there is a way to sort of conclude those to find resolve in those stories, but for some reason I never thought we were winning this ever. So it kind of deflated everything that was going on, unfortunately. But again, I really appreciate the movie. It just wasn't the most thrilling thing to watch. And I just wish that it was. I wish I was a little bit more invested in the way that I was recently with Carrie, but also with like Rosemary's Baby and The Exorcist, because they do have a lot of similarities. Again, I'm more responsive to these like narrative driven, and it didn't bother me that it wasn't like an obvious horror movie for most of the runtime. But at the end of the day, it was just fine. And not everything's going to be amazing and not everything's terrible. It's just, I'm glad I watched it though. It was a cool movie to watch and have context for. I got some Donald Sutherland in, I got some Jeff Goldblum in, and that's cool. But anyway, guys, that's sort of my reaction to Invasion of the Body Snatchers. All right, I will tell you the next movie, because since I've released this, I've decided to make some changes, because I'm still going to have to do less than I initially planned on doing. It's just taking me a lot longer, and I shouldn't have said how many I was going to do. But anyway, I'm going to go on and skip Dawn of the Dead, just because I didn't really enjoy Night of the Living Dead, and I really want to watch Poltergeist. So Poltergeist is my next watch along, and I'm really, really excited. And I'm also really excited to get to Misery. I want to get to Poltergeist, Misery, Poltergeist, Misery, and Silence of the Lambs, especially, and maybe some Devil's Rejects. But yeah, I'm gonna start picking up the pace and skipping some of the movies that I initially had on my list. And that's that, guys. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd, and TikTok @RewatchRyan. I greatly appreciate your support as always, and I'll see you on the next watch along.